Hello, I'm Emilia from Healthy Story, and today we'll talk about assertiveness and boundaries. This is a very favorite topic of mine because the first time I heard the word assertiveness, I actually thought it's something very bad, and I thought that it's more like being arrogant and being aggressive towards other people. But now I realize it's actually nothing to do with aggressiveness and being arrogant. It's actually the golden middle between being a passive victim and being aggressive type. Assertiveness is actually taking responsibility for what depends on me. It's saying what I need, saying what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with, and also accepting answer no from others. I can ask for what I need, but also the other person can say no if they're not okay with fulfilling my need or helping me. That's the golden middle for me. Because if we're not assertive, then we are in one of the extreme states. So we are either in the passive victim state or in the aggressive type state. Passive victim, it's basically not saying what you need, not asking for help, never saying no, always wanting to help others, or at least saying you want to help others, to them and to yourself as well, but actually feeling very lonely, dissatisfied, exhausted, and in general unhappy with your own life because you can't say no, you can't meet your needs, and you just wait for others to kind of guess what you need and what you want, and if they don't, you get very angry at them, and that's very unhappy place to live from, and it's very bad for yourself, very bad for the people around you as well. I've been there. That's why I can talk like an expert now. So that's one of the extremes. I'm not responsible. I don't have my own power. Everything just happens to me. And this state is filled with a lot of blame. So, oh, he doesn't care about my feelings. He doesn't help me. He's so bad towards me. But actually, I allow this behavior and I never say what I need. So how can the person know? Or, oh, she's just around me when she needs help. She doesn't listen to me. She doesn't help me. She's not there for me when I need her. But actually, I never told her that I need her. I need some help as well, or I need time for myself as well to share something. So that's one the extreme. The other extreme is the aggressive type, which is basically I care what I want and I don't care what the other person needs or wants. It's like I'm entitled to getting what I want. That's it. So that's also a very unhealthy position because I'm responsible for meeting my own needs. Of course, I can ask for help or I can say what I want, but the other person can say what they want as well and can say no. And when I'm in this aggressive state, I care only about what I can take, what I need. I don't care about giving to the other person at all. And that's not balanced and that's pretty unhealthy. And it's very rare that someone is in one of the two extremes all the time. What I've seen, it's pretty common that we change. Okay, maybe I'm mostly in the victim position, but from time to time I go to in the aggressive position as well. So that's why I say that the golden middle is being assertive. It's where you actually learn to say directly what you need and what you want, but also allow for the other person to say no, and also to share their own needs and wants. And that's what healthy relationships is all about, and healthy life. in general. And also a very important part of being assertive are boundaries, because boundaries is the place where we meet with the other person. And boundaries keep us safe. Boundaries help us take responsibility for ourselves and our own life. And boundaries is actually, for me, learning to say yes when I want to say yes, and to say no when I want to say no. Because it happens quite often, at least to me it happened quite often. Do you want tea? And I'm like, no, don't worry, it's okay. But actually inside I'm like, oh, I'm dying for a cup of tea. So having good boundaries and being assertive is actually saying, yeah, actually I want tea, thank you. Also, when someone asks you, can you take care of my kids on Friday, but I actually have other plans, or even if I just want to relax, I'm not really into taking care of kids right now, to be like, no, I'm sorry, I can't take care of your kids on Friday, and you don't even need to give explanation about it. Because if you say yes, and then all the time like, oh, I don't want to take care of those kids on Friday, I just want to relax, then, I mean, it's not the other person's fault, it's your fault, because you haven't taken responsibility for yourself and for what you want. But then boundaries, it's also about accepting the answer yes or no from the other person as well. Because if I ask, can you help me on Saturday with packing? And the other person says no, I'm like, you're not my friend anymore. That's not assertive, that's kind of aggressive. And it's learning for that the other person has the right to say no, it's fine. And also the other person has the right to say yes. That's why if I offer something and they say yes, and then I'm like, oh, why did they say yes? It's me not being assertive again. So that's very important. And also it's good if we learn to have a filter. It's like not saying everything that you have on your mind, saying just the important things. And for me, in the beginning, it was very confusing what to say and what not to say. And I kind of came up with a conclusion that basically what concerns me, what's okay for me, what I need from this situation, what I would like to do is okay to say. But what concerns the other person, it's good to ask them if they want to hear it, or even just wait for them to ask for it, not to give my advice or my opinion or suggest solutions without the other person asking me for them. Because if I see a friend of mine and I say, oh my god, you've gained so much weight, she didn't even ask me, and probably she knows she's gained weight, well, that's aggressive. Nothing to do with assertiveness, and it's a really bad boundary for me. At the same time, it's good to have filter also for what comes from other people towards us, because many people don't have inner filter. They just say what crosses their mind, and if this has anything to do with us or not, or if this is actually valuable for us or not, it's a whole other topic. That's why it's our responsibility to have this filter and to see, okay, what she says, does it have anything to do with me? Can I take something valuable out of this? Okay, I take this part, the other part, however, it's not for me, I leave it. So that's also very, very important boundary. So as you can see, I'm very passionate about this topic. It's because I've struggled for many years with very bad boundaries. I wasn't assertive at all. I was mostly in the victim position, but also pretty aggressive as well from times to times. And the way you learn to be assertive is gradually, step by step. There is no magic pill that you can take and then, okay, from now on I'm assertive. You actually learn by practicing, by doing. And one day you will be able to say no and ask for help. The next day you maybe won't be able to do it. Maybe you'll slip into just doing whatever people want from you and that's it. But that's okay, that's how you learn. So don't be too hard on yourself. It's good that you have interest in assertiveness and boundaries. It's a very nice thing to have. But just go easy on yourself. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.